September 1st, 1939, 4:45 a.m. The first shots of World War II echo across Poland. In 6 years, 70 million will be dead. But what if one weapon from 2020 could stop it all before the Holocaust begins, before the death camps, before entire cities burn? One missile, one target. Adolf Hitler, hours into his war. The question isn't whether it could hit him. It's whether killing him actually stops anything. One weapon, one moment, one chance to erase 70 million deaths. But here's the twist you're not expecting. September 1st might already be too late. Let's find out. An AGM-158 JASS-MER cruise missile. It flies 1,000 miles or 1,600 kilometers at 550 miles per hour. GPS locks within 10 feet or 3 meters. In 1939, precision bombing means hitting the right neighborhood. This hits the right desk. 1,000-pound penetrator punches through 6 feet of concrete before detonating. No radar can see it. Radar barely exists in 1939. No fighter can intercept what it can't find. Launch it from Poland, and it navigates to Berlin on its own, around hills, through valleys, adjusting for wind. By the time you hear the engine, it's already past you. In 1939, this isn't a weapon. It's a death sentence with Hitler's name on it. September 1st, 1939, 5 a.m. Adolf Hitler sits in the Reich Chancellery, Berlin, reviewing invasion maps. Coordinates: 52 degrees 52 hundredths north, 13 degrees 40 thousandths east. The war is 5 hours old. 1.5 million German troops are already in Poland. 2,750 tanks rolling. 2,315 aircraft striking. Germany's defenses? Flak guns aimed at 26,000 feet, useless against a target at 50. Fighters that max out at 350 miles per hour, too slow to catch 550. Searchlights scanning the sky, not the ground. Everything designed for high-altitude bomber formations they can see coming. The JASS-MER? Already inside their perimeter before they know to look. But here's the problem nobody talks about. Hermann Göring is 1.2 miles away. Heinrich Himmler, 0.8 miles away. Joseph Goebbels, 0.3 miles away. The entire Nazi second tier survives. And that changes everything. One missile. One target. You can't hit them all. Option A, kill Hitler. Problem: Göring, Himmler, Goebbels take over. Power struggle begins, but the Nazi Party survives. Option B, destroy Krupp Steelworks, 75% of German artillery production. Problem: 3,195 tanks already built. Poland still falls in 35 days. Option C, Reichstag building, symbolic. Problem: symbols don't stop 1.5 million troops already deployed. The decision: strike Hitler. Day 1, hour 5, before victory momentum builds. But here's what the missile can't do. It can't verify he's actually in the building. Can't stop Wehrmacht generals who already have their orders. Can't prevent someone worse from taking power. And here's the clock. The invasion started at 4:45 a.m. By 5 a.m. launch time, German troops are 15 miles into Poland. Field commanders, Rommel, Guderian, von Manstein, operate independently. Killing Hitler doesn't recall them. The machine is already moving. One missile can create chaos. But can chaos stop a war 5 hours old? Keep that question in mind. 5 a.m., Poland. The JASS-MER ignites. Booster separation, 2.1 seconds. Turbofan engine, 4.8 seconds. Target locked. Berlin, 350 miles or 563 kilometers northwest. Time to impact, 38 minutes. It drops to 50 feet, racing across Pomerania faster than any aircraft in 1939 can sustain. Polish farmers see a dark blur. Think it's Luftwaffe. German border guards hear a roar, then silence. By 5:10 a.m., it's 50 miles into Germany. Nobody knows it passed. Berlin wakes up. Civilians walk to work. Soldiers drill. Hitler reviews maps, pleased. Poland is collapsing faster than planned. And 200 miles east, A weapon he can't imagine is 25 minutes from his office. 5:35 a.m. Berlin outskirts. A Luftwaffe sentry hears something. Strange engine, low, fast. He looks up, sees nothing. The missile has already passed, now 2 miles from target. He'll file a report later. It'll be forgotten by noon. 5:37 a.m. GPS confirms position. Infrared seeker locks. Large stone building. Multiple heat signatures. Reich Chancellery confirmed. The missile drops to 20 feet. 30 seconds out. Berlin has no idea what's coming. But you need to know. What happens in the next 90 seconds determines whether 70 million people live or die. 5:38:02 a.m. The JASSMER punches through the southwest wall at 550 miles per hour, through the corridor, through Hitler's office wall. Then the warhead triggers. 1,000 pounds of high explosive detonates inside the building. Blast wave, 3,000 psi. The office vaporizes. Floor collapses. Walls explode outward. Roof lifts, crashes down. Fireball 200 feet, 2,500 degrees. 1 second, Hitler's office exists. The next, crater, burning rubble, silence. Adolf Hitler, vaporized. Martin Bormann, dead. Wilhelm Keitel, dead. Joachim von Ribbentrop, dead. 47 staff, dead or dying. But 1.2 miles away, Hermann Goering feels the shockwave. Himmler, 0.8 miles away, hears the blast. Goebbels, 0.3 miles away, sees the smoke rising. They're alive. And they're already moving. Berlin descends into chaos. Initial theory, Polish air raid. Impossible, but what else explains it? Luftwaffe scrambles fighters. They find nothing. No aircraft, no explanation. By 6 a.m., Goering reaches the blast site, sees the crater, claims acting Führer status under the 1934 Enabling Act. Himmler contests. SS controls state security. He should lead. Goebbels controls propaganda, spins the narrative. Wehrmacht generals see opportunity to sideline Nazis entirely. 4 factions, 4 armed forces, 4 claims to power. Germany doesn't collapse. It fractures. But here's what doesn't stop. The invasion of Poland. Frontline commanders receive confusing news but no halt orders. By 7 a.m., panzers are still advancing. Luftwaffe still striking. The war machine runs on momentum. And momentum doesn't need Hitler. Not immediately. September 3rd, Britain and France declare war anyway. They honor their Polish treaty regardless of who runs Germany. September 17th, Soviets invade from the east as planned. October 6th, Poland falls, exactly on schedule. The missile killed Hitler. It didn't stop the war. Because the war isn't one man. It's 3.7 million men mobilized, an industrial empire, and an ideology embedded in millions of minds. Best case, 15% probability. Wehrmacht moderates stage coup within 72 hours. Generals who secretly hated Hitler negotiate armistice with Britain and France. War ends after 35 days. Poland occupation only. Deaths, 100,000. Lives saved, 70 million. Holocaust never begins. Most likely, 60% probability. Goering consolidates power, becomes new Führer, continues the war but with massive incompetence. Without Hitler's strategic insight, Germany makes catastrophic errors. Operation Barbarossa either never happens or fails catastrophically. War ends 1943 instead of 1945. Deaths, 40 to 50 million. Lives saved, 20 to 30 million. Worst case, estimated probability, 25%. The power struggle turns violent within days. Loyalist factions clash with opportunists, generals, and party officials, each convinced they can seize control. The conflict spirals into a brief but devastating German civil war. When the smoke clears, a new leader stands atop the wreckage, more paranoid, more ruthless, and far less restrained than Hitler. The regime blames the chaos on outside interference and whispers of a mystery weapon used against them. That myth becomes state doctrine, a justification for limitless brutality and unprecedented mobilization. The war doesn't end sooner, it burns hotter. Entire cities become testing grounds for vengeance and fear. Civilian casualties rise beyond anything recorded in our original timeline. The nightmare deepens, and history, somehow, grows even darker. The missile creates opportunity. It doesn't guarantee success. Can one missile end World War II in minutes? No. The war doesn't end when Hitler dies. Poland still falls. Britain and France still declare war. Troops already deployed don't vanish. But can it end the war in weeks or months instead of years? Maybe, if the Wehrmacht acts, if Britain offers terms, if chaos creates the right opening. 15% chance. Low odds. But when the alternative is the Holocaust, the firebombing of Dresden, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, 15% is everything. Here's what's certain. Hitler, on September 1st, 1939, hours after starting the war, is the most valuable target in human history. The JASSMER can hit him with 100% certainty. What happens after? That's the gamble. But it's a gamble worth taking. The missile doesn't prevent World War II. September 1st is 5 hours too late for that. But it prevents Hitler from leading Germany through 1940, 41, 42, the years when his decisions held the empire together. Without him, Germany either tears itself apart or follows incompetent leadership to faster defeat. Either way, millions saved, years shortened. The Holocaust might never begin. One weapon, one moment, one chance to change the scale of history's greatest catastrophe. It won't work perfectly, but it might work. And when 70 million lives hang in the balance, might is enough. Or what do you think? Hitler on day one, or a different target entirely? Let me know. Thanks for watching.